If you're a marketer, an e-commerce seller, or an agency pro, you know the deal. Your workday is a juggling act of different accounts. You've got brand dashboards, ad platforms, client storefronts, and it can get really, really messy. Today, we're going to dive into a solution that's designed to fix that mess, for good.
So, be honest. Does it? You log into client A's social account, you do your thing, you log out. Then you hop over to client B's ad platform, do that work, log out. It's this frustrating, time-sucking cycle that, let's face it, we've all just accepted as a normal part of the job.
I mean, this is the reality for so many of us. You're constantly jumping between these different digital identities. Your browser's cookies get all tangled up, which causes those weird glitches and super frustrating login errors. It's this endless login, logout dance that we do dozens of times a day. But what if there was a better way?
And that brings us to the heart of the problem, what I like to call the multi-account mess. It's not just, an inconvenience, it's a huge drain on efficiency and a real security risk. When cookies from one client's account crash into another's, it can totally mess up your analytics, confuse your tracking pixels, and just bring your entire workflow to a screeching halt.
Now, I'm sure you've developed your own little tricks to deal with this, right? We all have. But as we're about to see, those old workarounds, they just don't really work long-term. They're like putting a bandage on a problem that needs surgery, and they often end up creating brand new problems of their own.
Let's look at the usual suspects. Incognito windows? Yeah, they're fine, but you can't be logged into two different Google accounts at the same time, side by side. Multiple browser profiles help for a bit, but before you know it, you're drowning in windows and a mess of local data. And using a whole second browser? That's just a one-way ticket to tab chaos. These aren't real solutions, they're just coping mechanisms.
But what if there was a solution that was built from the ground up to solve this exact problem? Well, that's where the cloud browser comes in. And trust me, it's a seriously elegant and powerful answer to the multi-account mess.
So, what in the world is a multi-login browser? Well, put simply, it's a special kind of browser where every single tab is its own completely separate, sealed-off world. Each tab has its own set of cookies, its own storage. Absolutely nothing leaks from one tab to another.
This is such a great way to think about it. It's like having a dozen different computers all running inside one single browser window. The tab you have open for client A's Facebook account has absolutely no idea that the tab right next to it is logged into client B's account. It's perfect. Total isolation.
Now, making this a cloud browser, that's where it becomes a total game changer. First, you get way fewer headaches. No more trying to manage dozens of local profiles or extensions. Second, it's a whole lot safer because the website's code runs on a remote server, not your laptop, which protects you from malware. And third, you get consistent performance with browsers that are always perfectly up to date.
Okay, so we get the concept. It's pretty cool, right? Now let's look at a specific tool that actually puts all of this into practice. This is where a platform called Sendwin enters the picture.
Sendwin is basically the perfect example of this cloud browser solution. It lets you run every single one of your logins in its own isolated tab, and it's all streamed directly to your device. And maybe the best part, you don't have to install a thing. You just log into a dashboard and you get to work.
And the impact can be huge. According to Sendwin, teams are seeing a productivity boost of up to 80%. That's all the time you get back from not having to constantly log in, log out, and manage a million different browser profiles.
And that also means a massive reduction in all that manual, repetitive work. We're talking up to 60%. That's way less time spent on what I call browser gymnastics, and a lot more time on the work that actually matters to your business. So, let's talk about collaboration for a second. The old way? Well, it usually meant sharing passwords in a Slack message or a spreadsheet, which is just incredibly risky. With Sendwin, you share a secure link that gives a teammate temporary access to a live, logged-in session. They never even see the password.
And this means you can collaborate with total confidence. You can give a contractor access for just 1 hour with a session timer. Or maybe you need to share your screen but hide the billing page. You can actually blur or completely block specific pages, making sure they only see what you want them to see.
The security model here is really impressive. I mean, everything is encrypted, but the real key is the zero-trust isolation. No web code ever actually runs on your computer. So if you click on a risky link, it's all contained in a disposable browser in the cloud. You just close the tab, and that entire environment is just, poof, destroyed, keeping your own device completely safe.
So you're probably wondering if this is a good fit for your specific kind of work. Let's take a quick look at the types of professionals who get the most out of a tool like this.
This thing is really built for professional power users.
We're talking about marketers managing multiple ad accounts without any cookie collision, e-commerce sellers who are running several different storefronts, SEO pros checking rankings from different locations, and of course, agencies and contractors who absolutely need to keep every single client's work separate and secure.
The pricing is kept really straightforward. The Pro plan starts at just under $10 a month, and the Pro Plus, which gets you features like sharing by link and blurring sessions, is just a few dollars more. And you can save a little bit if you go with an annual plan.
And you can try it all for yourself. For just $1, you get a full 7-day trial. It's a super low-risk way to see just how much time you can get back in your daily workflow.
Because ultimately, that's what this is all about. It's about ending that constant login chaos, finally untangling your digital life, and getting your valuable time back so you can focus on what actually matters.
So, the final question is this. Are you ready to finally take control of your browser instead of letting it control you? Because with a multi-login cloud browser, you actually can.